Second generation, black Caribbean and half white Scottish, whatever that means. See, lately I feel confused with the boxes, cause to me all they do is breed conflict. It's not that I've lost touch with reality of racism, sexism and nationality. Just to me all seems like insanity. Why must I rob you of your humanity to feel good about mine? It's all about crime, dehumanizing, how I justify them. So I must keep lying about the history of Africa, so I can live with the massacres and repeat my mantra: Muslim terrorist, so I can sleep at night as bombs take flight. Eyes open wide but I'm blind to the sight. Too busy chasing the perfect life, and the working class keep them uneducated. Truly educated men can never be a racist. Educate is to draw out what is within. Are we not all the same under the skin? I got a heart like yours that pumps blood and oxygen, and insecurities a whole lot of them. I'm scared like you deep down. I really do care that the world's not fair like you, but I don't even believe my own prayers like you. Chasing career, going nowhere like you. Lost in a fog of my own insecurity. I hold myself up as an image of purity, and I judge everybody else by the colour of the skin or the size of their wealth. But it's not good for my health, as the only one I ever really judge is myself. The oppressor must suffer like the oppressed, though I pretend I'm in control of this mess by inflating my ego, puffing my chest. See our weakness and I need to show strength for what we think strong is, cause if we're honest, true strength is the strength to be honest. And if I'm honest, I am just tired. If I'm honest, I am just tired of every day.
Why are you here?
I'm estranged from my family. It wasn't a suitable place where I was living before, and I wanted to get myself out of the situation.
Because I moved away from Devon to get away from a bad situation. I had trouble with family and removed myself from the situation to improve my life.
Has archery helped you since your arrival? If so, how?
Helped me become independent and enrolling into college.
It helped me have independence, stability and security.
Do you find the hostel troublesome?
Sometimes there is disturbances, but nothing too serious.
Not really, at times, but usually passes.
What are you planning to do once you leave the hostel?
Hopefully get my own place and a job.
Be able to get my own flat and start a full-time job.
Do you think the hostel is beneficial to all other clients?
I believe it is, however, it depends on the individuals.
Yes, I think it is a really lovely place.
Do you feel Archway Housing Project is practical to today's society?
I do, yes, because there's a massive need for it, especially for young people, because the hostel is primarily for young women who are homeless between the ages of 16 to 24, and it's a safe place, and because Archway itself is a very small hostel, it provides a more homely environment to the maybe more traditional, larger hostel where people can get lost and not feel part of something so much. And it's practical in that with the staff around 24/7 can provide that support. We're there all the time in the same way maybe a family would be. So yeah.
In your opinion, is Archway Housing Project successful to clients?
Yes. I think a lot depends on how ready the client is. Sometimes I think the best thing my manager ever said to me was that sometimes if a person's not ready and maybe they leave and you haven't quite felt like they've achieved independence, that they may come back again and at that time they'll be ready, because it obviously has to be the client's choice to want to work with the support. But when a client does work with the support and you see them go on to be independent, that's really good.
Do you feel the hostel has a bad reputation?
No, I think the hostel's reputation is really good, especially now it has a very positive image, which I think is lots to do with the young women that live here and how they have interacted with the community around them and how they've taken the challenge, I think, to go, hey, we're all right, we're no different to the rest of you. And that slowly has changed over the years. I know when I first started working here over 10 years ago, that was a bit different. But again, the staff team and the young women themselves have gradually changed that. And the community are very supportive.
Would you say the hostel has a misrepresentation to society?
I think hostel services in general can do, because people don't know what they are and don't know what they do. I didn't know what it was before I started working in supported housing. I'd come from a health and social background, but not worked in this kind of environment. And I think people have a stereotypical view of a hostel, which is where there's, I don't know why, but men of a certain age drinking and playing pool or something. I don't know why. And most people think of YMCA, but don't realise how specialised the services are and the support that's in place and how important it is and how much it is needed for people when they are homeless, because that can happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone in any circumstances who might even think it'll never happen to them. But the media doesn't always like to portray real life, I suppose. So, yeah.
Do you find clients troublesome?
No, that made me giggle, that question, because I think, especially in the hostel here, which is smaller, whenever you place a group of people together, there's going to be disagreements, so something that might be considered troublesome, but it's also an environment where you can learn how to be heard the right way and also how to listen and live with other people, and it can provide that family type atmosphere where you feel safe to do that. And that would happen in any family, in any place where people are shoved together. There's going to be a bit of trouble and a bit of arguing and noise and fun and silliness, and like in halls of residence at uni, a bunch of law students or who are becoming solicitors, you just, you know, any age group, you're going to get that. Even a residential home for older people, trust me. So, yeah. And yes, we have had trouble in the past in respect that maybe, but it's more people from the outside, because sometimes some of the young women here are very vulnerable and people will take advantage of that. So we've had trouble sometimes with drug dealers or things like that. So yeah, it's more often than not outside influences that are actual trouble. So yeah.